Good evening. Today is April 24th, uh, 2020. And today I want to talk about uh, what's the good things about uh, what's going on with the coronavirus. That, like I mentioned before, I think it's real. There are people getting sick and dying because of it. It's like I said, it's an event that was created. It's like 9/11. It's the event is real. The consequences and who brought it about. It's uh, is what we have to keep an eye on. Because someone did it for a reason, and perhaps it didn't go as planned because God is ultimately in control of absolutely everything. So they have to inflate the numbers because God won't allow them to get rid of as many people as they want to, and or uh, they didn't exactly know how it would work out, but they had to inflate the numbers and in order to create the uh, strong enough reaction in the general public to what was happening. Okay, so one of the first things they did was, and here in the at least in the area where I live, was closing down the schools, and um, I was so happy about that because like I shared before, I had a traumatic experience in the school system, even in my country. I think it's all indoctrination, obedience, blind obedience to the whatever the agenda dictates at a particular area. Because like for instances, um, like they were teaching us some history of the of our country, and people that we consider to be heroes suddenly were villains, because of the leftist mentality. Like there was this lady, Rafaela Herrera. Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me if I'm wrong. That's what I have a vague recollection of. But she was the daughter of a wealthy man. He had a castle, and then there were some pirates arriving to that area, and everybody was just fleeing or running from the pirates. But there were some cannons that were pointing at that area where they were coming from. She just took a torch and started, igniting all the cannons, and pretty much destroy all the pirate ships that were coming. And she was all considered a heroine for the country then. And when the communists came, they said no, she was a capitalist. She was defending her own economic interest. So they changed the story according to what they wanted. So it's not. the story is true according to your point of view. Uh, so if you're in the capitalist side, you see it one way. If you're the communist side, it's the opposite way. So, uh, was she a hero? Yes, she was. Was she protecting her economic interests? Yes, she was. But uh, the truth lies somewhere beneath, between. Everything. So, um, but education it could be very subjective to whatever whims they have on what they want to teach you. So, but then in the meantime, um, they're giving you bad grades and making you feel bad for whatever you're not agreeing with, or having a particular um, interest in. So right now, I think it's good for all the kids, because it shows how you could really learn on your own without the need of a teacher. You could go to a computer and learn a lot. Like if you're watching me now, uh, it's different that the one that they're gonna do whatever they're gonna tell you in school. So because it's not in their agenda to talk crap about themselves. You know what I mean? But I am here, and what they do really is they hinder your education, because they're wasting your time. You only have one time in life, and they're hindering you because they keep feeding you all this bullshit that you're never gonna use, instead of uh, recognizing your personal abilities, your specific talents, and then directing you towards a system of learning in which you can go there, instead of just following whatever they want to teach you, and then judging you by their standards of what they think is education. If you don't know how to do algebra or whatever, which you probably in your field of work are never gonna have to deal with, but they feel like you have to, or they make you pretty much, they force you to learn those things, and you're gonna learn them by force, and then forget them in about a week later, if you learn them at all. If they don't hold you back in your advancement for education, then college is a fucking rip off. Obviously, you go to college and make a loan that you're not gonna be able to pay for a long time. If you do finish studying and getting a good job, I know, for instance, is a guy who was finished studying psychology, ended up with a loan of $84,000 uh, in debt, and started making $17 an hour. You know? How the hell are you gonna pay $84,000 with 17 bucks an hour? You know, come on, man. It's like absurd. It's ridiculous. So, and then let's say you make a little more. Still, it's absurd. It's nonsense. You know, so, and that goes to show you he's a smart guy, but not so smart as to realize that he would be, he was taken for a ride, you know, because he couldn't figure out the numbers. He was bad in math, I guess, you know, because that those numbers don't add up, you know. If you're gonna start making 17 bucks an hour, you have 84,000, and you're gonna get old trying to pay that shit, you know. So I'm spending a lot of time with my son. He's 15, uh, and teachers are calling like, "Oh, he hasn't done this, he hasn't done that," and he goes, "Oh," and that does it really quick. That's it. And he's so happy, and I'm so happy for him because traffic is nice. You know, they said they were gonna close the restaurant. They didn't, you know, because we couldn't go pick up food because I don't cook. Obviously, it's just me and him here. You know, he lives half of the time with his mom and half the time with me. And and to me, it's like a dream come true. You know, so some time to spend with my son. He just turns 15. Give him a nice computer for his birthday. You know, and he's happy playing his games that he likes. We have to exercise a little more. That's one thing that we do need to do. Get out and not just be sitting down in one place because that's not good either. You know. And but other than that, I love it. I love the way things are now. People tell me, "How's the Corona treating you?" It's treating me swell. It's freaking beautiful. I love it. It's fine. Everybody's so freaking scared, and it's absurd to me. It's just funny seeing all these stupid people with a mask walking and jogging and riding a bike with a mask. People stop being so brainwashed, man. Come on. It's absurd. It's just ridiculous. People, they see how stupid you are. You know? It's like a test for you. You want a test of how smart people are? You know, look who's wearing a mask around. You know, it's like okay, they force me like at my job. They force me to wear a mask. I wear it here. Typically, I wear it here, but whenever there's somebody around, I wear it here. I breathe freely, breathing air. I need oxygen. I need to be reinserting my own crap into my body. That's gonna get me sick. So, and and but other than that, I don't wear. I don't. Okay, now they're in Miami-Dade. They're forcing you to wear a mask in establishments, and I respect when I go into an establishment, I wear, you know, uh, because if people are paranoid, they're gonna feel bad that I'm not covering myself, and to a degree, okay, they're right. I understand. You know, if there is a virus out there, and I'm coughing or sneezing or something, I'm gonna spread that shit around, and I get it. Okay, but other than that, out in the open, you know what are the chances of me getting the virus? You know, if I don't know if you've ever been to Miami, but it's pretty open here. You know, it's not like it's and we're encapsulated into little buildings or anything like that. That we're, you know, the virus is not gonna go anywhere. It's the air flows freely here, and But I love it. I love for kids to have a break from all the shit that they've been fed up. And in this instance, I think there's gonna be massive school desertions after this, because people, I mean kids, are gonna intuitively realize, what the fuck are we wasting our lives in that shit for, when we could learn whatever we want, whatever is interesting for us. Because I'm sure there are kids that are interested in different fields and that they're learning a lot more than what could, you know, uh, they, I mean, who could teach them? If I'm curious about a particular subject, I'll go and search for it and find out about that particular subject. Like, I had this friend. He wanted to learn how to do mechanical work. He went on the internet and started actually doing mechanical work on cars, because he looked for that, and that all that information we share with each other. And he found it there, and it's available. And it's nothing that is uh, hidden. It's nothing that is harming anybody or anything like that. It's just information that we share with each other. So all that, and that's the new school system that is gonna be available for everybody. Just everybody teaching everybody. Just like I'm telling you now, there could be other people telling you the same thing also. It's the school system is obsolete, is broken, is old, and in its to end, really. Because there could be other ways in which to motivate people to learn and to really advance society, and and uh, and the system of learning is much more accessible now than used to be in a cage with other people, you know, really getting infected of not just the coronavirus, anything else. The way they act, like if you have a parent that is ghetto ass stupid motherfucker and the kid acts like that, and then your kids pick up that shit from that person, you know. So but if you're not like that, you stay home, and then you look for things like, for instance, I like art and poetry. Wouldn't it be cool if my son learns things of that nature, of that field, those fields of learning, like uh, writing, screenwriting I like, and I I have videos, that are playing all the time, and he listens to, and he's learning all that stuff. But going to school and being mixed in with a bunch of who knows who is there, that things are gonna change for the better, hopefully, if if we if we start changing, if we start recognizing this is not the best way to go now. We're in a modern era, and we're using uh, old-fashioned techniques of learning. So there's no need for us to be in a cage. Now, if anything, learn at home at your own pace, focus on what you're interested in, and also uh, move your body around too. So you need to exercise. Don't be just sitting down and eating, because then we're gonna have a bunch of fat people who know a lot but can't do shit because they can't move. Okay, so that's what all I wanted to say right now, and I hope you guys like it, and share it, and become subscribe and hit the notification bell and all that stuff. Thank you. God bless you. Have a good night.